What's up, guys? I'm Skilla, and this is Nerd Stuff with Skilla. This year for Halloween, I am a gender-bent Rick Sanchez. A lot of people are doing Rick costumes, a lot of people are doing Morty costumes. Not a problem for me. I love the show. I'm gonna do it. And I've spent all morning watching videos about how shitty Rick and Morty fans are. I'm a nerd, okay? It's Nerd Stuff with Skilla. I'm a nerd. I understand how passionate people are about the things that they're passionate about. You know, I've been to conventions. I'm a midnight premiere kind of person. I have countless action figures and comic books. I'm living that life, man. Like, I love it. But people take shit too far. People lose their minds over something in ways that makes everybody look bad, that makes the show look bad, you know. I was going to do a video this week on characters and plots that I expect to see in season 4, but instead we're talking about the fans. I don't get it, I guess. Like, be passionate about something. Enjoy the things that you enjoy. Go out there and wait in line for Szechuan sauce. There's nothing wrong with that. But acting like a dickhead is a totally different story. There's no reason for you to be vile towards fast food employees. Do you know how much working in fast food blows? You probably don't. Like, if you're being a dick to fast food employees, you probably have never worked fast food. I've never exactly worked in fast food, but I've done things that were close enough to count. You are being a total D-bag to people who are getting $7.25 an hour to give you a sauce. And that is why you're being mean to them, because the company didn't give them enough to satiate your need for Szechuan sauce. Like, just grow the fuck up. There's no reason to be like that. And I watched some videos earlier where people were like, this might be the first exposure that some people have to Rick and Morty. I mean, it happens. I know a lot of people who don't watch the show. I even know some people who have watched a lot of it and hate it. And that's their own opinion, you know. You're allowed to have an opinion, and I'm allowed to have mine. And be passionate about it. There's nothing wrong with being passionate about something, with being a nerd. And if you are intimately aware of nerd culture, you know that for every single fandom, there is a tool bag sitting out there just waiting to cause a ruckus. People lose their minds. People will make other people have a worse time just so they can express themselves as freely as they want to. And I'm not down with that life. And it's ludicrous, you know? It's crazy. It's crazy. And everybody needs to take a step back. Like, if you're going to be somebody who makes everybody else have a shitty time so that you can live your truth, you should just stay the fuck home, because nobody wants to see you. Nobody wants to see you talking like that or acting like that or jumping up on counters. And then you've got all these people who are like trying to sell Rick and Morty like it's the most intellectual thing that has ever been put on screen. I'm like, well, I've seen Kubrick movies. Like, I like solidly intellectual films sometimes, you know? Not like, and I watch a lot of stupid shit too. Like, not trying to say I'm ultra intelligent or anything like that, or like, I've watched so many smart people movies that this could never appear intelligent to me. Like, no, that's dumb. The good thing about Rick and Morty is that it is intelligent, but it's also nasty and dirty and gross, and there's a lot of stupid shit that happens in it. And it's hilarious. And that is what makes it good. These people who want to talk about it like it is something that, you know, Plato's left behind script for a TV show, that's fucking stupid. And you just need to get over yourselves. Like, I think I'm a pretty smart person, but you don't have to be pretty smart. You don't have to be a genius to enjoy Rick and Morty. You really don't. It's funny on its own without being intelligent. And the intelligence that's added to it makes it better. So just calm the fuck down. That's really all I've got to say. Like, wear your costume for Halloween, you know? You go as those characters to the next con that's in your area. You're going to be one of like 500 people dressed as that character because it's so insanely popular right now. And for people to act like it's a show that's so highbrow that the average viewer can't get it, then tell me why it has like the highest ratings out of any adult cartoon. If it's too intelligent for people who haven't read everything that Shakespeare ever wrote, or studied, Socrates or whatever. If it's too smart for the average viewer, then why are the ratings so high? Why are so many people tuning into it if it's too smart for most people? That doesn't make sense. So stop acting like that. It's not fair to other people. The same thing happens in a lot of other situations. It like alienates people from enjoying this really great piece of TV because you're telling them that they're not going to be smart enough for it. And if somebody tells me going into watching a show or a movie or whatever that I'm not smart enough for it, I'm probably going to have a preconceived notion about that show or movie or whatever. I'm probably going to be like, well, these people think it's too smart for me, so I'm going to go in and try to figure it out the whole time. And they're like, well, this guy's just burping the whole time, and, Jerry's a piece of shit. I guess it is over my head because I'm not seeing the depth. It doesn't make any sense to act like that. There are really smart aspects to the show. The character development is interesting. The individual plots for each episode are fun and keeps it moving, and it's fluid and fun and keeps you actually watching it, rather than some cartoons where like you can miss 5 episodes and it doesn't even matter. Rick and Morty's different from that. It's not watching season 75 of Family Guy. It really grinds my gears that people just want to tell other people they're not smart enough for it. You're smart enough for it. And I'm sorry to anybody who isn't a Rick and Morty fan who is thinking about watching it and then they interacted with a Rick and Morty fan who was a piece of shit to them. The show's good. It really is. And if you like sci-fi, if you like adult cartoons, you'll probably like it. For anybody who's a non-nerd out there who's confused about why everything is the way that it is as far as fandoms are concerned, this is the type of behavior that gave nerds a bad rap from the beginning. Like, this is why we were the butt of every joke in every single 80s comedy you ever watched. It's because some people take things too far. Some people hold up in their comic books or novels so long that they never learned how to interact with people on the outside, and things are complicated by the fact that we can now anonymously talk to people online and talk to people who are on that same track as far as passion about TV shows or movies are concerned, or comic books or novels or whatever. So if you're a non-nerd and you're just like really blown away by how crazy this stuff is, it's not a new phenomenon. This is not a surprising step to me anyway. It's not new. This is not a new thing. It's not just Rick and Morty fans that are terrible. It's just the time in which we live, where everything is filmed and everything is put online and everybody's in a message board and everybody's posting their most outrageous thoughts with a picture of Rick Sanchez as their icon so that you never know who they actually are. And it's sad, but I think that it's a learning opportunity. We can realize at this point that we can move forward. We can be better fans. We can be better, passionate people about nerdy shit. Like, there are people who aren't nerds, who aren't geniuses, who watch Rick and Morty, and they're allowed to like it, and they're allowed to not act like assholes too, just like you're allowed to not act like an asshole. So if you're a non-nerd and you're shocked and appalled by how everything's going on because you like Rick and Morty, but you don't really interact with that part of the society that much, it's not new. People have been doing this. It's just a hugely popular show with a gigantic fan base, and people feel like that gives them a right to act a fool. And feel free to correct somebody. If I see somebody acting foolish, if it's in regards to anything, I'm gonna call them out on it. I'm gonna be like, hey man, this guy's getting paid $7.25. Maybe don't make his life worse. He doesn't get paid more because you're acting like a dick. Be nice. Just be nice. Just be nice. So, I'm sorry to anybody who was offended by Rick and Morty fans' actions over the past couple of weeks or months or however long it's been that people have been acting foolishly, but maybe we can learn from it and maybe we can be better people. There's nothing wrong with being passionate. There is something wrong with being a dick. So, if you're acting like a fool, trying to get some Szechuan sauce, you're a dick. Stay home. If you're on the message boards typing away about how Rick and Morty is so above everybody's heads and you're the only person who actually understands it, you're not. That's dumb. Don't be like that. Stay home, unplug the keyboard or whatever. Like, there's no reason for you to be like that to people. Jim Jeffries it up. I think we can all do a little bit better. Like, I get really, whenever somebody's like, I watched it and I hated it, I'm like, what? But, you know, again, you can have your own opinion and I can have mine and we can all coexist and it'll be just freaking fine. And everybody just needs to calm down a little bit. Be passionate, but don't be a dick. Be passionate, but don't be a dick. On that note, give me a big thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Leave a comment down below with your reaction to the Rick and Morty fan base. Do you think things are getting out of control? Or do you think that things are just swimming along just like they usually do with fan bases that get outrageous? I mean, I've seen some crazy stuff. You know, I've seen people act foolish at RTX. I've seen people act foolish at Dragon Con and you know, whatever. But drop a comment down below with how you feel about the fan base. Make sure to subscribe if you want to hear about more nerdy stuff from me. I do mostly review videos of TV shows and movies, but I do some other things here and there whenever I have an idea or feel like I need to express myself on something. And we'll see you next time. Tonight I should be watching the next episode of The Gifted, which I'm really excited about, and I think it's going to be great. And thank you so much for watching.